Okay, I thought I'd do just quickly show you guys what I'm working on right now. So I've started tumbling some of the peristerite I've collected from the Crystal Lake mine, and here's the first stage of tumbling. Got some nice stuff. Hopefully you can see that nicely. Hopefully you can see the nice shines. It's kind of hard to tell because I'm filming outside, so it's kind of dark. Some of these it shows up really nicely. You can just see the shine. And some of them it's not as good, but that was expected. Some were gonna be really nice, and I knew some are gonna be garbage. And on top of that, I remember throwing in 2 stray pieces of unakite that I found while walking the fields. But yeah, that's the update so far. I'll get back to you guys with the next stage. So I'm done my 3rd stage, my pre-polish stage. I'm just gonna clean these off, and I'll show you guys what the pre-polished peristerite looks like. So here's a look at the peristerite after it's been dried. So main thing I'm kind of looking for to see if this stage was successful is the surface kind of like a does it look like it's been river polished? I'm trying to, there we go. This is not a piece of peristerite, but this was a stray chunk of unakite that I decided to tumble as well since I had it. Another piece of unakite. Both of these are nice and polished up, and overall this material looks quite good. Like the pieces that I'm really hoping turn out well look like they're doing and gonna do well. There's some of the more fractured pieces, or of course you can see all the fracture lines, and I was expecting that with a lot of this material, but a lot of the material is turning out well. I think you can actually see the blue shine in this guy a bit. Where's another good guy? This guy's great. Yeah, you can see the shine in this guy, and then you can see so argillescence can come in 2 different types: a blue, which is this top part, and then a silver, which is this side part. It's interesting, this piece, it's got blue on the bottom and then silvers on the sides. It's a nice piece. But yeah, there are a couple pieces that I noticed that are got some fractures in them, so I'm gonna pull those out and retumble them. You can see here, and there was this piece I want to retumble. Sometimes I'm just okay with the stuff. Actually, I don't care enough about that guy. But sometimes I'll want to retumble the stuff. So already in the 2nd stage, there were a bunch that had been shattered and broken during the 2nd stage, because a lot of this stuff is fractured already. So I had to pull those out. But I'm gonna probably I've got a couple in here that got fractured, so, or broken up enough that I'd want to retumble them. So I'm gonna do that. And the rest of this stuff, the rest of this material will go on to the 4th stage, the polishing stage. Then after that, we just have the soap stage, and it'll be good to go. But yeah, I'll get back to you guys when I get to that. So I'm done the 4th stage, the polishing stage. I'm gonna get these guys cleaned off, and I am gonna put them through a 5th stage called the buffing stage. You just add a bit of like soap, and it just helps get off any hazy gunk and stuff, and just makes it look even more polished. So I'll get to you guys, back to you you guys once I have these guys cleaned off, so you can see what they look like after the 4th stage. So here are the results of the 4th stage. A lot of this stuff, as I expected, does not look that great. It's super fractured, so there's stuff all stuck in the cracks, and so I'm definitely going to have to put it through the buffing stage. And as you can see, a whole bunch of stuff fractured even on the 4th and final stage. A couple pieces turned out nice, like this Unikite. Very nice. Love the patterns in it. It's got some nice patterns to it. Great color and mix of minerals. Some of the better pieces are like the ones over here, but even then you can see that they still need a final buffing stage. There's some nicer pieces like this guy. It has some nice color. Hopefully the camera picks it up. Just trying to find the better pieces. This guy's got great color. Hopefully it picks it up properly. It's hard to tell if the color gets picked up because I'm trying to look through the screen and it's sunny, so I don't exactly know if it's picked up. And here's my favorite piece. Hopefully you can see those beautiful colors, and then mixed with the quartz, the intergrown quartz crystals, makes almost like this graphic granite. It's basically graphic granite, but instead of normal feldspar, it's peristerite. So it's graphic peristerite, which means it's got amazing color. But yeah, this stuff, like you can see, some of the stuff is super low quality. It's got lots of fractures in it, so I knew it wasn't going to do well. This was more like a test run just this year to see if I could tumble this material, and some of it I can. Some of it's not that good. Some of it's got great color. Some of it's got pretty bad color. This one's a nice one. It's got the silver argillescence and then the blue argillescence. Nice combination. Some of it polished up really nice. Even without the buffing stage, it looks pretty good. But others need the buffing stage, so I'm gonna have to do the buffing stage. Here's another piece. Here's the second piece of Unikite that I put in here. This one's just quartz and epidote. The two pieces of Unikite tumbled up really nicely, which is kind of expected. I think they're slightly harder than this quartz feldspar mix. So I'll get back to you guys once I'm done with the buffing stage, and I'll show the final results. So I thought I'd show you some of the nicer pieces that got tumbled up in this batch. I'll start off with the Unikite. This Unikite has some nice patterns. It's got a nice mix of red and green. I really like this piece. This was a piece that was actually gifted to me by a subscriber of mine, and it tumbled up really nicely, so I'm quite happy about that. Here's another piece of Unikite. Not as nice as the first one. It's just a mix of quartz and epidote. It doesn't really have any feldspar in it, so it doesn't get the green. So some of the feldspar you can see doesn't have a lot of blue, like this one. This is an example where there's feldspar, but it's very hard to see it. Like the direction is not great. Like you can only see it from one angle. Here you can see it faintly. But some turned out really nicely. And there's some who had like a nice mix of quartz with the feldspar, and that gave it an interesting look. And you can see here there's some of the blue. This one also faint. Kind of wish I had a piece that would look like this that had really nice blue. This one's only a little faint. That definitely means I want to go back there. This is one of the nicer pieces that turned out. You can really see the nice blue colors, and then you can also actually see the silver. So Peristerite has the color comes from something known as argillescence. It's different than what labradorite has, and this actually kind of reminds me of labradorite, the look, but that's because this is a green piece of peristerite, and then it's got the blue and the silver flashes, so that combined gives you that look. Though really this is peristerite and not labradorite, because labradorite would have labradorescence, whereas peristerite has argillescence, which gives you the blue or silver look. But yeah, that was one of the nicer pieces. Here's another piece that got a nice mix of quartz. It's got a couple nice patches of blue. Another guy, some nice spots of blue. A lot of these were quite chunky, broken. Some of these were nice, like nice high quality pieces like this guy. You can really see the blue, and then you can see actually, so on this plane, so these the blue and the silver come on planes of color basically, and so that's why you can only see the color really when you're looking at one direction at a certain angle. So you can see here, this is the blue plane. This piece is interesting because it's actually got a plane where you can see the silver. I'll flip it to the other side and show you. So you can see the silver argillescence, and then there's a plane perpendicular to it, basically, that has the blue on it. This was one of the better pieces. Here's another guy. Got some nice blue. And as you can see, because of how the color is on planes, sometimes it's very hard to see the color because it's not on a nice plane. Now this piece, personally, I think is the most interesting. It's a piece that you can see it has a lot of quartz mixed in. And the way the quartz is mixed in is it's known actually as something known as graphic granite. It's a type of feldspar quartz mix where the crystals intergrow. So the feldspar and the quartz crystals intergrow. I'm trying to find the proper. Where can we see this one? Unfortunately, this one doesn't have the nicest plane because you can see how I'm holding it. This is the only way you can see the blue on this side, right? Which is a pain, but what can you do? You can see here, there's, because of the mix of the quartz, the darker quartz with the peristerite. This is really nice. You can see it's almost like a graphic peristerite, which I think this is quite uncommon, and this is probably the best type of peristerite you could find at Grace Lake. So I'm not Grace Lake, the Crystal Lake mine. That's what it is. Grace Lake is some other place. That's another site. But yeah, this would probably be like a big piece of this would be amazing. So I'm definitely gonna go back to the Crystal Lake mine and collect a lot more. Maybe bring a couple gallon pails with me and fill them up, and then I'll have lots of nice material, hopefully some nice material to work with. Now that I've got myself a slab saw and a flat lap to do lapidary projects. But yeah, if you like this kind of content, please do like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next video.